along the.
Oh, hello.
Hello, everybody. I hope you heard what I heard. Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 91, week 91 of Sahlen's Legacy. And thank you for the hype train. We had a hype train while we were on. So thank you, Gerber Kern and Nazgul. Corey Ember, thank you everybody for the subs. Short Trooper, oh hey buddy.
Oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Hooray! I think I might have misread a couple, but yay! Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you for the cheers, everybody. Welcome to Sahlen's Legacy. If you're new to Perception Studio, this is one of our many shows that we have here. We're still currently in the middle of our partner push, and so to sort of light the fire under said butts, if we reach 100 viewers tonight, we will be doing a giveaway, which includes a wonderful tea from Geeky Teas and a beautiful candle from Cantrip Candles. And the owner of Geeky Teas is actually going to be on Chat Time this week. I had it wrong last week. It's this week she's going to be on. So make sure you tune in Thursday morning on YouTube to get to know Geeky Teas. So tonight we'll be giving away Princess Peach Tea. Your quest for good tea is over. This is black tea with natural peach flavor, apricots, marigold flowers, and apple pieces. Delicious. And also Cantrip Candles. This one is going to be Sanctuary, which smells of ginger, incense, and saffron. And I'm going to crack it because I got to know.
That one's the Andre candle.
This is the Andre candle? Oh, because it's Sanctuary. Delightful.
Excellent. Thanks for the cheers.
Thank you for the cheers. Thanks,
Hold the corgi bits.
Thank you. Right. All right. So those are if we hit 100 viewers tonight. And thank you everybody else for thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing your friends. Thanks for hanging out. We will briefly talk about our sponsors, who are Norse Foundry, Wormwood Gaming, and Level Up Dice. But we'll break down a little bit more of them at the end of the stream, just so we can jump to it a little more quickly. This is an interactive show. You are able to influence our world and our players. You can help them out. You can hinder them. You can do all sorts of things. Thank you for the cheers, Sir Eldor. And thank you again, everybody, for being here. Make sure you check all the commands in the chat for all of our all the ways to interact with our sponsors. If you're looking for anything in particular, check them out. They all make beautiful, wonderful stuff. Our custom dice pre-order has now closed, so Ryan was kind enough to arrange the sheet. Orders are in, so those we'll be sending those off to Norse Foundry within the next couple of days, and then we'll keep you guys posted on shipping and manufacture and all that stuff, and when those will be getting to you. So those are the Felted Friend dice from Norse Foundry. Just a heads up for those. But yes, you can interact with the show.
What are you... Sorry, our background is moving. Like there's someone in the tavern.
Yes, two people you know, as a matter of fact.
I've been looking at Haley just.
Is it a live feed?
Is that me?
Yes, we have hired atmosphere actors to hang in the tavern while we stream. We asked them to move very slowly.
Oh, I don't even think I realized that it's now our tavern.
Oh my God,
they're
moving.
Pew 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 pew.
What the hell?
Is that you?
I'm so disconcerted.
I don't know who that is.
It looks like Will Friedle from the side. I'm just saying, if Will Friedle was at the studio right now, I'm gonna get on a plane right now. Right now.
I would never wear a long sleeve shirt like that.
No, that's what I'm like.
Well, not never. I just don't have
letters are in the way.
I would
Who
never
is that?
You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. For $5, you can give any of our players a blessing. A blessing. A blessing. Which players can apply to any roll. So it's a D6 roll, but it can also block DM rerolls, which we'll get to in a second. So that's for healing, damage, checks, anything. Very, very helpful. Currently, they have 12 group blessings and 12 group rerolls. For $10, you can give any of our players rerolls individually, or again, as a group, you can just say, hey, this is for everybody. Take it, enjoy it. It allows them to pull from that pool. I currently have no DM rerolls, which is some horse shit. So a DM reroll is $15, and that is going to... You guys are so funny. That is going to allow you to... it's going to allow me to force the players to re-roll their bad rolls. You guys are so distracting.
Is that who that is?
What'd you say?
Is it Moody Man?
No, it's not.
I mean, if you don't want him to look distracted, you just got to tell him, man.
All right, fine. It's Steve and Alyssa.
Oh, that's fun.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's fun. That's
I would've
a
never
really
guessed
fun
that.
name. I bet they're
No?
a
I
great
never
person.
would've
I don't know
guessed
who
that.
this
They
is.
are great
Sorry.
people.
I would have never guessed that. I would have never
he
guessed
usually has
this.
such short hair, like when we see him, like it's longer.
That's
now,
not
so I never
short.
would've guessed
It's
that.
not billowing in the wind like his blouse.
It's usually
Tiger,
very
everyone's like, who,
short.
what? If you watched every
don't know
episode
who
of
this is
Cinephilia, you would know them.
Mm,
But also, we know them from work.
Yay, work.
Good peeps.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
Sorry.
No, it's all
continue.
good. So that's for the
we're
DM
normal
rerolls
now.
right below me right now. So you give me power to reroll a player's good rolls for
Do it.
$25. You can drop a character of your own description into our world. We'll make it work. We'll play with them, and it'll be lots and lots of fun. Keep in mind the current mood is a little somber. All the players are descending into the maw, which is this universe's hell. For $50, you can give any of our players DM powers, which will allow them to take over the entire story for 1 full minute. Anything they say is true. It happens, and I have to deal with it. And that is just kind of how that works. Hooray! So I should actually retract my statement. It is the underworld, not specifically like a hell. It is not all torture all the time. It's just where the souls go.
Your heart was mortal now.
Ryan knows what's up.
Yep.
Hey! Option delete. Thank you for that. It is bullshit. It's more fun this way. Thank you very much, Option delete, for that wonderful DM powers.
Power.
DM reroll.
It's a DM reroll.
DM reroll.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's powers for me
Already
because I'm the
have
DM.
the power.
Yes, reroll. And so that you all can keep track of what's happening on the screen. Everyone's blessings are on their left. Everyone's rerolls are on their right. And the aura Nitsich box is a little wackadoodle. Thank you for that. Derek, the Maw's receptionist. Please take a seat. He'll call you when they're ready. Well, so much for that somber feel. Thank you, Arsenal Roy 2K.
Can I make a request? Can he please be Derek from the good place, but basically be the bad place? Jason Mantzoukas.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I've seen the show. I'm just trying to remember.
Him so much.
Derek!
I just imagine
Mr. Herman.
this is what happens when they die, and this is what happens when they die.
Yeah,
It's all very personal.
Nice. Well done, Ryan.
Hooray. Everyone, yay. Happy nerd times. Cool. So you all had a wonderful drunken night on the ship. You had a fight with someone summoned by Kelrek. After lots of blood pooled on the ground, he's able to use that as a portal to this plane to bring up a friend of his to challenge you a little bit more. You're able to survive, which is always good. And then now you guys are able to kind of sleep it off a little bit before heading into the mall.
We had a slumber party in Captain's quarters.
That's right. We
Oh,
She
yeah,
should
that's-
sleep. It made me yawn.
Sleep.
No. Oh no.
You're getting sleepy.
That's a long rest, right?
That's a long rest.
Okay.
Nice.
So other things of note that have happened. Truss has rejoined, and after many a stabbing, you allowed him to live and join you in the descent.
And a groin stabbing too. I stabbed him in the groin.
Yeah,
Ugh.
jeez.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
He was groin
He was-
stabby.
He had it coming. Chink, chink.
I would like it to be noted that I'm wearing my tiara. It's not quite a tiara, but just go with it, everybody.
Yeah, it's fine.
Looks great.
Says, Disney Nerd Friends. Why didn't you know about this channel before? I don't know. Why didn't you? I don't know what you want from me.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know either. That's clearly a name.
Give us a hint.
Hard, but
Who did you work with? And where?
Well,
does number
probably
two
all of
look
us
for?
and in the same place.
reveal yourself.
All right.
Reveal yourself. Who are you?
Who are you?
Right.
Oh, Danny.
So, yes.
I wanted to do stuff before people woke up.
Okay.
You forgot to remind me, and I forgot to remember.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
I just remembered, so I'll remind Danny just if you would like right now, and he can remind you.
Perfect.
But you've already done
That'd
so,
be great.
so that would be redundant.
I'll do this.
But I can also do that.
So I would like to, before everybody wakes up, I would like to have woken up earlier, nice, restful, and go to the top of the ship in the back of the ship and take my staff in my hand and dive into the water. And I can breathe underwater because I got that thing from a while ago. So I'll go all the way down and sit on the ocean floor, cross my legs, take my staff, jam it into the ground, and attempt to call upon Horteal.
Ooh.
Seeing as this is like the easiest way for me to get a like Earth connection was just right off the edge of the ship underwater.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what happens.
Okay. There's a bit of a bubbling, a bit of a swirling, a bit of a also hi friend, a bit of a like a sort of a whirlpool joins you where you meet the Earth under the ocean, and it opens up a sort of column of air in front of you, and you hear on the wind the very familiar as just as bearded and tanned and leathery as you remember him. Horteal stands before you, big smile on his face. Hands look like he's been doing some planting. Thank you for the sub, or thank you for gifting that sub, Wookie Hammer.
Yes. Oh, I just saw. Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, Carbot. I get it now. Excellent. That's going way back. Well, I'm shocked that worked. I wasn't expecting you to actually show up.
I heard you was about to have a really big day, so I thought I'd show up. Hey, thank you for the sub, Sam.
Sammy.
Oh, that guy with his bass. Well, you brought that along.
That's my brother.
He's always a great
Very
bass.
subtle about things.
Well, yes, that's just the thing. That's exactly why I've called upon you. I've been enjoying this connection that I've been fostering between you and myself and the staff and Earth. Is there a chance that we could up the ante before going into the mall? Is that a place that you can travel to? Is that a place that you can affect?
Well, it's not really my domain, unfortunately. Most of everything that makes me me is useless down there. The Earth you're going to experience in the mall is not actually truly Earth. It's its own sort of plane of existence, I guess. If anything, you might even have trouble with the staff itself. And thank you, Hardliner. I saw that. Thank you. I'm so jealous. I want to see it in IMAX.
Well, that was my fear. Really, the staff has become a huge part of me and given me a lot of what I can do to defend this team. Is there anything we can't do to bridge the gap, to create a stronger bond so that it might work? Or something to up the ante?
He like puts a hand into the sort of silt at the bottom, and you can see the Earth kind of like parts to either side, and starts kind of scooping at more like way down, like maybe a mile out, back like deeper into the coast. He takes some like nice soil out from the Earth that's over there, and he hands it to you. I think that all of my powers that I have imbued in this staff will work if you bring your own Earth with you. Maybe perhaps like a sort of potted plant situation. It should be able to draw on, it'll create a link to this plane. If you just, I don't know, maybe soak it in the dirt for a little bit, it might do you something. I can't make any promises, of course. I don't like going down there. I'm more of a life kind of fella.
We had a potted plant once. That would have been great. Got rid of that.
Didn't get rid of it.
All right. I see. Like a little bit, or do I need to like load my bags with all of the sand that's underneath the ocean here?
He just kind of grins at you, and he takes the dirt that he's collected, and he compacts it, and just like in his palms, he just presses it down until he reveals this deep amber gem. He's pressed the soil into its sort of concentrated earth magic. He hands it over, and he kind of nestles it. He waves a hand over the top of the staff, and it just like those same little roots that kind of swirl around to grip your sword. They grip that gem and just kind of pull it into itself, so it's starting to beam some amber light. That should
Earth
do ya.
magic.
Spoken red. And what do you call it?
Earth Gem Rock. Listen, I'm not much for naming. I just like making things.
Earth Gem Rock. Got
Sure.
it. I love my staff.
Well, you might want to
Thank
get
you.
out of here because I'm not going to keep this whirlpool for very long. I got some things to plan. I've been working on something in the in a bit of a crater that y'all left. I hope y'all are going to be surprised when you get back. All right?
Well, I can't wait. And don't
Spirals
worry
out.
about the. And as he like wisps off and into nothing, I just go, I can still breathe under. It's fine. Anyway. So yeah, I'll swim back up to the surface and grab a rope, hop back on the deck. Well, that was useful.
Earth magic.
Excellent.
Earth magic.
So I would say Nitsuj would probably be the next person up because he needs to sleep just as long as you do, Bubo. Is there anything early in the morning, Nitsuj, that you'd like to accomplish?
I might still be asleep after the alcohol intake I had last night.
Ow. He would be hurting.
If I do wake up, it's like.
Yeah, it's slow going.
Aura,
Yes. What? Huh?
what? I don't feel so good.
Oh. Oh no.
I need to.
You need to get out of my
I need
quarters.
to-
No.
I'll go.
I'm gonna whip open the door and shove him out.
Russ Flame is like mid-bite when you get thrown out, and he's just like, oh. Lowers.
Just like all over the deck, all over the poop deck. You know, just. I'm sorry. I'm
Not
sorry.
even going anywhere, man.
I'm sorry. Morning.
So
Alright.
as a random swabby crewmate comes to clean it up, lowest ranking, obviously. It's like the youngest kid
Thank you,
who
Bill.
probably just got
Thank
drafted.
you.
Sorry,
Right,
Bill.
miss, anytime, miss, any for you. Yes, Captain, and such. And
Get yourself an extra ration of bacon, won't you, Bill?
Bacon.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Rustflame, can you get him a salty dog? I think that will make him feel much better this morning.
Salty.
right, I
dog.
never thought you'd ask. He hops behind, like, so that little barrel that sort of served as his bar for the duration of the sweet leaf too. He just, like, you hear little tiny bottles clinking around, and he's just like, he's popping open different barrels, taking liquids from everything. He's adding like some very sinister looking liquids and spices. It's all the colors start very, very bright, and then by the time he's done, it's like this thick, muddy slop. And then he like
Give him some wake up juice.
he kind of like salt bays it. He puts some like crunchy sea salt on the top of the rim. Now listen, you're going to hate every second of this, but I need you to take it all in one go. One
Can't
go.
get any worse, can it?
Plug your nose.
Don't say that out loud ever again around me, okay?
Are the seagulls usually this loud?
Like, no, they're far away. They're not even close.
Nope, all of it. All of it.
So it's like when you're chewing like a piece of gum that's pretty worn in, and you accidentally swallow like half of it, and the rest follows slowly down your throat. So it has all sort of congealed into this grippy paste. It's bitter, it's sour, it's salty, it's spicy, it burns.
Why did I
Like
do
your
that?
eyes are watering, snot's coming out, and it just like roils your stomach for a minute. But after a couple of seconds of that like torment, you feel this sort of stability happen. Like this sort of warming calm hits your stomach. You're a little stabilized. You don't feel the seagulls get quieter. You're a little more settled.
What in the maw was that thing?
Right, so I come from an island that's full of, minotaurs and such, so we tend to experiment with things that are low on the ground. And one day, I swear to you, I was, deep in my cup like you were, and I introduced this to Captain Aura. She swears by it, the entire crew swears by it, and now you will too, because don't you feel just fine? That's right.
I'm not ever getting drunk ever again. I don't know why it's a thing to be like, oh, let's do this again so we can drink this.
Right, me neither, right,
Shit.
lads? And they're like, oh! It's a great time, really.
I'm going to go freshen up in my quarters.
We'll be in the cabin if you need us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And I go off to my quarters downstairs.
Or as you peek out the door to your quarters, you see the main deck. It's a little empty. People are still waking up. It's mostly just Rust Flame, a couple of crewmates, and some breakfast is being prepared topside because you're parked. It's not swaying, so it's easier for people to cook. But suddenly there is a very familiar sound and a very bright light of circle around the center of the ship. You hear this sort of just whum of power and just. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 figures all land in the center of. I had to count them as I went. I didn't think ahead. You recognize 2 of them. You recognize Mistress Shale and Mistress Ares, and they're from the College of Aurel, which is where Nitzig learned his magics when he was younger. And you just must assume that everyone else who is in this circle also belongs to the college. There's a sort of squat gnome with jowls who he just looks around a little bit.
Who is captain here, please?
That would be me. Professor Shale, good to see you.
Oh, no, Master Ebelforth. Hello. No, that's Miss Shale over there, and that's Miss Ares over there. I am the headmaster. I run the... I'm in charge of arcane and natural magics and such. Absolute pleasure to see you again. I believe we met briefly. No, maybe we haven't. We have not. No. No.
You know what, though? Nitzig talks of you often.
Oh, really? He was an excellent student, like a sponge. He could barely get him to put books down.
Yes, he's definitely still picking up books and definitely not picking up anything else like bad habits. So glad to have you aboard. Please, we're just having breakfast. Grab yourself some coffee, some breakfast. How may we be of service to you?
Oh, well, it's actually a matter of how we can be of service to you. You see, not too long ago, Master Nitzig decided that he needed help, and Shale and Ares here, they were more than willing to provide their services. And they told me of this, and I was moved, and they decided on their own that they would come and help, and I've heard the predicament of the world, and I decided... What good as magical masters are we if we are not going to march down and show them what we've learned, eh?
And all the other teachers, of varying degrees of agreement. Like, some of them are like, yeah, great.
This here is Master Greengib.
And Greengib is 65 years old. He is a priest of Lothlin. He's also a gnome.
So he provides holy magics. He is directly connected to Lothlin. He is a shaper. He can transmute, change his form and the form of others. If there is a certain shape that you wish, he can make this happen for you. This here is Master Brayhan. Don't get too close, right? Master Brayhan is a warlock.
Also a gnome.
He has a patron demon. He's a demon of lust. His name was Renus. So he gains his powers through physical connection, if you catch my meaning. He absorbs magics from others, and he is extraordinarily powerful because he tends to keep the things that he absorbs.
I see.
Thank you, Kenny, for the sub. Master Brayhan does a very deep, exaggerated bow with a twinkle in his eye and this smirk.
You may or may not have met Mistress Shale and Mistress Ares. Mistress Shale is an abjurer. She specializes in banishment, protection, and shielding. I believe that she will be of great use to you, which is why she applied herself to begin with.
Valen, thank you for gifting that sub to Captain Aura Stone.
What? No way!
And this here, you might not want to talk too loudly to her. That is Mistress Reel. Mistress Reel is our diviner. She specializes in divination. She tends to keep to herself because she hears multiple realities at once, and that does tend to weigh on a person. Just remind her where she is sometimes.
And you see this small, timid gnome, like her eyes are already this big, and then she's got, like Coke bottle glasses in front of those that make them even larger, and she's just like, her pupils are constantly just darting from side to side. Just,
I love her. She sounds like that divination teacher from Harry Potter.
Trelawney.
Trelawney.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, like if Trelawney was a gnome. Pretty similar, yeah.
Cute.
I'm thinking of the personality though of the Men in Black where they did time travel. Where
3?
Huh?
Once.
3. I think it was 3. But yeah, and
That movie doesn't
he
exist.
experienced every reality that there was.
3's not too bad. 10's awful. Or no, 10.
10 is awful.
Men in Black 10? Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
I was rolling my portents and I.
MIB 10. They really should have stopped after 5.
I'm not.
That's Tremors you're thinking of, that many.
Well, masters, mistresses, we're so honored that you would join us, and of course, welcome aboard and welcome to the mission. We are honored by your presence and so glad that you would join us on this mission. Please have some breakfast. We'll be meeting soon in my quarters, and we'll go over everything.
Of course. You heard the captain. We are not in charge here. We are just we're here to help. You tell us where to go. You point us and tell us what you need. Bacon.
And he just takes off.
I love that voice so much.
Starheart, are you awake at this point?
What time is it?
I would say, let's see, it's probably 5 or 6 a.m. Sunrise.
Oh no,
No.
Probably
Okay.
not.
So I will say you are abruptly woken. So you are
Okay.
sleeping
I'll do
next
that. I'll
to some of your
abruptly wake.
belongings, and your backpack or your bag, your satchel, however you carry your things, is slightly open. And there's a bright light that kind of just burns through your eyelids a little bit. And when you open your eyes, you see that it is your white getup that you got from the White Waters of Luidwin, the official order, not the killer crazy ones who are a little overzealous.
Let me do this so no one knows I'm wearing it.
Oh, are you wearing it? Okay, so then that light. That's the light
I Diva put on this to represent Starheart would change into.
Oh well, perfect.
So-
Perfect timing. I did not know.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
So that outfit
not on yet.
begins to glow.
Oh, okay.
As sort of like a beacon. It almost pulses with light in a sort of steady rhythm. And after a few seconds, so Andre is still in the room, right? So Andre, you'd still be asleep at this point. So Andre, you're woken up by sort of a similar thing that Aura Nisage just experienced with a bright flash of light. It's a little less hey, we're coming. It's more just boom, just white light burns through the room. Like if there was dirt, it has been eliminated from existence. And just bright white flash of light. And Starheart, you're awoken to the silhouettes of Verithia Cowell, Nessa Thrit, Elise Rift, Celicia Grassweed, and Tagwa Sess, who are the White Waters of Luidwin as you met them before. So they're here to greet you.
Hello. Good morning. Morning, bright morning. Good morning.
It's good to see you again, Starheart. Oh, that sounded weird. Where the fuck was Verithia? Where did I place her? I lost her.
Hang on, let me.
It's very good to see you again, Starheart. There she was. She was a bit more authoritative. I believe it's time for you to put that on.
What?
Your robes.
Oh no, I don't. I wear clothes when I sleep.
I understand, but today is the day. The White Waters are here to back you, for you are one of our sisters.
Oh. Oh! And I pull out, I'm just trying to find where I wrote down all of they're there. I pull out the robes from my satchel.
Mhm.
And are they the type of thing that I could put on over my over armor? Or would that be something that I would wear as?
They're loose-fitting robes.
Under
you-
armor.
Varathia has sort of a combination of armor. Varathia has a combination of armor above and below her robes. It's sort of like built in. She's been wearing it for a long time, so she's got this customized her belly is protected underneath, but she's got like chest armor and she's got pauldrons, but then she's got stuff under her sleeves to protect her arms. She's a war priest. She's a badass. But they all have sort of their own individual styles. Yours is very much just a plain white robe to be defined as you continue your journey as a Whitewater. So you see
music.
So Nessa Thrit is here. So she's a tiefling. Elisa Rift is the Quai Cool with the snowy owl ape heart beast.
Waldo.
It is a little loud. And Togwis is here as well. And Togwis kind of, as you drape it over yourself, she just kind of extends her hand and she just feels it like on your sleeve and just gives a very happy just smiles at you.
I take her hand, and I don't say anything, but I try to just kind of nod and smile at her.
Yeah, she understands. She returns it.
Yeah.
Hooray. Varathia sort of takes over. Well, we are at your disposal. I understand that you do have leadership here, and we will answer to them. But we will fight to survive, and we will fight to live.
Yes.
We will hopefully
Leadership. What? Hopefully.
fight your way back so that we can properly train you in the ways of the Order.
Yes. 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 Do you do any stabbing or any stealing?
Stealing? Absolutely not. Stabbing when it is necessary. Yes.
What about stealing from the people who've stolen things what if I could do the thing where I take the things that people have taken from others and then I give them back? So then it's not really stealing, it's more like
Well,
I
that
could
sounds
be the
like
returner.
justice, which is what we're all about, Star.
Justice! Okay, yeah.
Good. So you're ready to dedicate yourself to the Order?
Are there terms and conditions? Or like...
There are ceremonies and
non-disclosure agreement?
oaths and promises that you must keep.
Oh, what? Okay, can we go over all of them? I want to make sure I don't, die in a smoke of fire.
I won't make you
Die
do
in
it
a
now,
smoke of fire.
Starheart. I just want you to be prepared. If we make it out of the maw, then it will be time. And we could explain it on the way if it's uneventful, but just be prepared.
Wait, who did you say was speaking?
Varathia Cowell. She's the human war priest of the
Oh,
White
I didn't
Waters.
write her name down.
She's
Yeah, I
she's
did.
the leader of the five.
Barathia. There we go.
I turn to her and I ask her, kind of lift. I imagine that Perry is kind of waking up too, or has been woken up now. Would there be a place for Perry?
Of course. She gestures to Elise's snowy owl ape, who is just like, ooh, ooh.
Sorry, that's just it does make that sound. Yep. Okay.
However, keep in mind, though I have not known any dragons personally in my life, that a dragon is a person, not a pet. Just know
Yes.
that at some point they will be intelligent and they will have their own life and their own needs and wants and desires of this world. Just keep that in mind as he grows up, all right?
I protect him.
Good. And if you do a good job, someday he'll protect you.
Well, as long as he doesn't eat me. I mean, unless, he needs to, then I suppose. But I would hope, that's not the way
I don't foresee that in your future. I think you're going to be all right. So,
Okay.
Andre, you're waking up in the middle of this meeting of the White Waters, and every now and then you get dirty side looks from Elise and Nessa as you're a worshiper of Clote, and there's kind of like, this guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I try to keep as quiet as I can to not disturb their orientation with Starheart and everything. And if it gets to the point where they feel uncomfortable telling her things about the order or something, I just kind of
Excuse me.
silently bow out of the room and just kind of leave.
Yeah. Varathia kind of gives you a smile and a nod. She's not as she doesn't care. She gets it. She understands what Clote's actually all about. It's just Nessa and Elise. They're weird. But yeah, she sees you off. She's like, see you later. You all fought alongside each other. Well, technically fought each other, but for good reasons. So a little more time passes as you all kind of wake up. Breakfasts go around. Yes, Nitsuj?
Nitsuj comes up from his, not knowing that his professors are all there, and comes up with kind of coffee and goes, oh my gosh, the movement I just had, oh my soul.
All of them, all 6 of them are just like,
the movement of theoretical and rhetorical thought that has bestowed upon me back in my quarters this beautiful morning.
Nitsuj, listen. We've all been there, Nitsuj. Long nights at college with people outsiders who don't understand what I'm talking. It's fine. There's a great prune recipe that I would love to give you if you're having that sort of trouble. I am a bit on in years. I could help you out. Nobody's business.
Yep, that's what he needs.
Master Aberforth, yes.
The recipe.
Hi, nice to see you. Welcome to this for the love of, where am I? Masters. Welcome.
Master Brayhan gives you the up and down. He's just like,
Oh,
good to see you again.
Yes, always a pleasure. Why are you all here?
Well, Mistress Sale and Mistress Ares, they had already agreed to help you when it came to this time, and they were able to convince me, and I was able to convince all the other masters of the school. We've all capably trained our replacements should we fall, and we've done all we can with our lives. If we don't make it out, we don't make it out. But we know that your fight is just, and you are one of the greatest students we have ever seen, and I personally want to see you through.
Greatest students.
You don't suck. Told you.
Have you all met, this is Bubo?
Hello,
Greetings. Yeah, we met. Well, I was
a
up
long
there
time
introducing
ago.
myself. Yeah, while you were doing your movement, I was introducing myself.
Yes, we're already fast friends. I have a mug.
Yeah. Yep. He's part of the club. It's pretty great. Honorary inductee.
Thank you.
Well, okay. Now that we're all here on this ship, okay, I need to eat something. Excuse me, professors of the college that I so highly esteemed. Then I'm gonna go get bacon.
Awesome. Everyone loves bacon on the ship. Poor Starheart is gnawing on a turnip or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
There is one more arrival, and I will allow you all to get to business. Aura, what are you doing right now?
I would have gone back into my office to kind of like start looking through our bag of holding, just like to see what we have. Literally going through inventory.
Out the window, you see a little pinprick of light in the center of the sky. Just a solid explosion. But in the air, it sways the boat, but it doesn't burn anything or knock anybody. And then you hear new footsteps. The gangplank is up, but it doesn't seem to stop this person as he just scales the side of the ship and swings his way on top.
Giggity?
And with that, I'll grab something off the desk of the bag of holding, put it back in my bag, and then walk outside.
Mm-hmm. You see a figure that you think you recognize, but you're not sure. But he keeps his arms wide. To my great opponent.
What do I owe the pleasure this morning?
You were a contract? The payee of the contract
There it
is
is. There it is.
deceased?
Oh!
I am no longer being paid. You are no longer in danger from me. So I thought I would come here and say hello.
Well, I must admit, the intrigue did come a little bit from the contract, but it's good to see you, Vor.
It's a pleasure to finally actually meet you. I have spies of my own, and they have told me of your particular mission. And I must say, should you fail, business will be very slow. So, I thought it in my best interest to bring my skill set and my abilities to assist.
Your skill set will be most welcome.
Dope, 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 dope.
Welcome aboard. We'll do that. Yeah, I'm glad to speak there.
Hey, Captain, who's your new friend?
Umbo, I think you might have some recollection of who this is. This is Vor. He was one of an Associates of Hush, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And he was actually one of the ones that was had a hit out on my head when we were back at Copperforge.
He tried to kill you at the Hall Wars.
Yeah, he did. But he clearly didn't succeed, darling. Everything's fine.
I might have missed
Was
on
he good
purpose
enough
a
then?
couple of times, Captain.
It's almost as if you knew I'm a little bit fireproof.
To be honest,
he's,
I had not thought of that.
He's come to join the cause, and we could definitely welcome the help, especially with his firepower.
I'll take all the help we can get. Nice to meet you, Vor.
By the way, Vor is a character drop that happened about 80 episodes ago.
He
Because of
appeared
the-
multiple
yeah.
times after that. He's been around for a while.
Right.
And it locked in the brain. And Aura never forgets.
Yumi's lips says D&D therapy. Mm-hmm.
It is.
Hooray. So, that's the last of the people I'm going to chuck at you, by the way. So you
Okay.
all are fine to move forward.
May I examine my dagger to see if I can register the stats? My hush dagger.
Oh my god. Yeah. Shit.
He wants to spend a little time with it and attune to it, and by attune to it,
Yeah.
learn
Stare
what it can
longingly.
do.
Into the shiny blade.
So is it what? Now I'm confused. So
I see Starheart looking at this dagger, and I go over to her and go, Starheart, is that a new weapon that you have?
Hmm? This is my hush blade. My blade from Hush. My dagger from Hush. Yes.
So it is
Call
it's
it
a-
shh. You get it? Because hush. Because shh. Yeah. And but then if I stab some with it and they die, then they're shh. Because they're they don't talk anymore.
Do you need me
dead.
to look and see what it does? It looks like it could be a little magical.
Well, I'm trying. Yes, please. I thought I could do that, but I think I forgot how.
Then I can cast like Identify on it.
For sure. I mean, and this is low effort for you. But so this is a vicious weapon. So if you do end up rolling a 20 on it, it'll do an extra 7 damage. But its base damage is more than a normal dagger. This is actually a 1d8 dagger that is vicious. In addition to doing the 7 extra damage if you hit a 20, if you get a nat 20, the next time you stab with that weapon, as long as you're within range, you will not miss. It doesn't matter what you roll, you will not miss.
Nice.
This be a cool dagger.
Yeah.
This is very sharp, and if the circumstances are right, very accurate.
Oh.
Almost like it'll lead you. If you stab someone in the right spot, it'll almost go right back to that same spot.
Like if I stab someone's butt, it would stab. Sorry, I just was thinking if you poke a butt and then it finds the butt again.
Vor
like,
just
oh,
quietly
vegan.
blinks, turns, and walks away.
I'm even wondering if you were to like stab somebody and then they would run away, and then you throw it, so that might even go. But that you have to stab them really, very, very well. You have to stab them very, very well in the right
I'm
spot.
good at stabbing things. Yes.
In the right spot.
Well, which is the is there a wrong spot?
On a scale from 1 to 20, anything below 20.
Oh, okay.
You want to light up the eyes, Starheart. You want to light up the eyes.
Light up
the handsome dagger you have there.
Yes.
Oh, remember that time I said there were no more? I lied.
Okay.
Oh.
Hush shows up. He returns
I know,
because he said he
that's
was
sad.
going to gather up assassin members who said that they were willing and ready to fight. So you see 3 people standing behind him. A slender and fast looking human. You see a giant of a man. You actually can't tell if this person is half giant or just a very, very large human. And then you see a sort of average height, but stocky woman, also human, with a bunch of just a bandolier of throwing knives and axes,
Nice.
and just weapons, just all projectiles all over her body, like in her sleeves, in her cuffs, everything.
I'm sorry it took me so long to get them ready, but they took some convincing. They spent most of their lives trying to avoid them all, and now we're walking straight into it. This here is Wesk.
He points to the super fast, slender, stabby woman.
This is Stalor.
And just the big dude. And
This is Bethel.
Bethel is she just kind of throws a couple throwing daggers and catches them and puts them back.
Mithael?
Bethel, Bithelle. Now your company is complete, I believe. Oh,
I'm
no, I
gonna
lied!
need-
There's one more crew!
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more!
Later, I'm going to ask for all of these written down so I can make sure they're all in my bird.
I have them written
Oh,
down, so don't have to
thank
worry about it. What's up?
Whisk.
You hear
so
from sort of off in the, not really, just off the ship. So on the deck, they're like, "Oi, you want to lower that thing down or what?" And you look over and you see a sea of top hats.
Oh my god.
Look at the hat army.
And amongst their ranks, you do indeed see Silence Dugong, as well as all of the other whispers that belong to Elb Gabber, the mob boss, who is, for the most part, your friend.
Huh.
Heard that name in ages.
Yeah.
Lower the gangplank.
And they all just, swarm up, immediately start eating the bacon. They don't really say much. They know why they're here. They don't have conversation. Elb is not among them. He's just clearly sent a party.
We've had quite the turnout this morning. My goodness, I didn't know so many people were interested in saving Saul. It's comforting.
Can't make money if you're dead.
That's true.
Accurate.
Accurate.
I wander over to Aura.
Hey, Charlie Necro.
How do you wander?
Or Terrence Dark, thank you for gifting that stuff.
With no trying to be as casual as I can, but just try to get Aura.
Yes.
These people joining us. I'm a little nervous. It's good that we have so many in number, but I don't know how many are actually going to make it.
I know. It kind of feels like Copper Forge all over again.
Yes. Well, and also there's a thing, at least as far as the book is concerned, there's a balance. And we all make it in there. All these people will have to face their own fates on their own. I don't know what's going to happen.
I'll give them one last chance to stay back. I'll give them a warning, and whoever stands with us hopefully can mentally stand with us through the end.
Yes, I think it's only fair that they know what will happen to them.
You don't think they don't?
I don't think many people have read that book that Andre has.
There might be a loss of reality with them. That's the heroic mission, but none of us really know what we're going to go up against.
Yeah, but it's the Maw, and everybody knows about the Maw. I feel it would just be obvious. That's just me, though.
Well, I would like to make a request, please. We all know that, there's another me in me, that's not good. Are we following? Do we know what we're all talking about? Yeah. We know what I'm talking about? I mean, okay, yeah. So, so I'm pretty sure that the Maw is probably gonna, be like her playground or so. And so, because the Maw's bad and she's bad. So, take care of that if I can, okay? Please? And thank you. Okay.
Andre, will your greater restoration not get that entity out of Starheart?
Oh, I should have asked Varathia about that. Oh, I'm stupid.
They're all on the ship.
Well, there's still here. We can go and inquire.
Well,
yeah.
Yes, if she's not able to do it for you, I suppose I could definitely cast Greater Restoration. I wish you had brought this up to me last night. I might have been able to sacrifice a spell for that.
Would you be mad if I said I forgot?
I'd be delighted if you said
it just wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't thinking about, because it's not like there's someone like knocking in my brain. Well, it's just that there's a lot of things knocking in my brain, but it wasn't like a knock, 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 like a yoo-hoo or like a yoo-hoo. It's you're forgiven. Let me go find. I'll go find Varathia.
before you go, Starheart,
Yes.
perhaps this will help you. Let me go grab it. And I'll go back into my cabin and grab something really quickly. And I present Starheart the Ludwin's amulet. It's
Ooh.
I believe it's got that single teardrop of Ludwin in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, from the
well?
from the well that we saw at the Glasslands, or heading up to the Glasslands.
So it seems like you've donned some new robes, and not that I'm a very religious person myself, but I think Andre could attest to this, that sometimes when you have a physical representation of your god, it helps give you strength. So may this give you strength to keep your shadows at bay.
Thank you, Aura.
What's the weight of it like? Does it remind me of kind of the weight of the star heart that I had?
We don't have anything that says anything of it.
Danny?
Which item was this again? Sorry.
Gave her
The Ludwin's
Ludwin's
amulet with the tear of Ludwin.
The teardrop,
from it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, yes, a very, very similar weight. It doesn't quite.
I'm wondering if I'm just reminded of.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
comforting. It's comforting.
Okay. Yeah.
Um.
I tuck it in.
Aura, do you want to be the captain you are and give a warning, encouraging speech to your new crew?
I think that would be
Level up
wise.
TTV.
Thank you for the raid.
Hi, welcome everyone.
Trans.
I think that would be wise. And I'll go up the steps to the stern, and I'll use thaumaturgy and just address everyone on the ship. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for your sacrifices to be here. I think you all know the task at hand is not an easy one. But I do want to warn you that it may be more difficult than we could have ever imagined. We have read in the Book of the Dead that when you enter the Maw, you are faced not only with demons and the undead and things you might be prepared for, but you may face things that you were not ready for. Shadows from your past, things that haunt you, things that you've done, sins against others in this world. It's all about balance when we enter the Maw. You may be attacked on a completely other level, not just on the physical level, but this could be a spiritual battle as well. So while I thank you all for coming, if any of you are to back out now, there is no dishonor in that. For where we go, we may not come back. And if we come back, we may not come back whole. But if you do choose to come with us, we will all fight for each other. No matter where we came from before this moment, we stand here together now. Brothers, sisters, family, all fighting for the same cause. So if you come with us, take comfort in that we all fight together.
Lots of glances exchanged from side to side, especially at the part where you're like, you might not come back. You might not come back whole. And a lot of the smiles fall, but they all kind of look, acknowledge each other, consider every person at every other person's side formidable enough to make this trip. And then Rust Flame, in true Rust Flame fashion, just holds up a drink and is like, "To the captain!" Everyone, boom, fucking follows. And everybody cheers. You see some top hats flying. Everyone is resolved. Nobody leaves the ship. Most of your crew is aware that they're not necessarily coming with you. A lot of them are going to be maintaining the Sweetleaf 2 while you are about, but Rustflame has a particular team of people who are going to come with him specifically that he's sort of going to wrangle. So you have your own specific Sweetleaf 2 kind of crew army with you. Those would be the people who'd be protecting your deck during a long voyage anyway.
Seeing the celebration and that no one's backing out, I'm just gonna say, then let's go to hell and give them hell!
And they just, boom, they all down and drink. And
we will not go quietly into that night. We will not vanish without a fight. We must live on. We must survive. Today, we celebrate going to the ball day.
Master,
sorry, I didn't know that off the top
if you know, you know.
Ebelforth kind of steps forward, looks to you, Nitzig, and you, Andre.
So we're portaling over properly, right? That's the idea.
Yes, I pull out the Tesseract. I have this device. And I feel...
What does it taste like?
Time and space. Oh, listen, I haven't seen one of those since I was about 13.
Yes, I was lucky to come across it. I feel I must begin making a focusing circle.
Right.
We're taking quite a lot of people, and
Yes, well, my company and I can help you increase that number. We can get the whole bleed place across. Master Gringjib and Master Brayhan, sail with me, please.
And he just he pulls a couple of them over.
drawing chalk on the deck and stuff.
Yeah, and they're just like, they're helping you. Like every line that you're missing, they're filling in. So the batch of you together create this insane circle. Yeah, right. Other people are doing the math. And Mistress Reel's just eyes are just like looking out into the sky. She's like, no.
Ready.
Professor, we need also the crew on the other ship as well too to meet us around the same spot, please.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
And just members of the other ship start just like popping up on the ship with him. Captain Setzer was like in the middle of his breakfast. He's got like a fork with nothing on it anymore, and there's a plate with no more food. He's like, huh.
Okay then, I guess we're ready.
I go to Mr. Shale. Mr. Shale?
Yes, Mistress Shale. She's the one who specializes in banishment, protection, and shielding. Yes, my love.
We're very glad to have you with us. I know there's a lot of us. Is there anything you can do protection-wise before we go down there?
Before? I'm not entirely certain.
Okay.
I guess it depends on who you worship, doesn't it?
I suppose so.
But I don't believe that management is truly in charge down there anymore, so it's really, really hard to say.
Fair.
But first sign of danger, I will slam down as many shields as I can. And I'm stronger than I look.
I believe it. Thank you.
She's incredible.
And then I'd like to go over to Mistress Reel. Mistress Reel?
Yes.
I'm afraid to ask, but what do you think our odds are down there?
Oh, well, you've died 34 times already. But I'm fairly certain your odds are good on this particular plane. Your odds are not terrific, but they are manageable, considering what you're going up against. It is very possible. It's very possible. Which
So you're
is not
saying
always
there's a
gonna be-
chance.
Yes, yes, I am. So blink, blink.
It's good. That's good. Right.
What'd you say? She looks off at literally nobody and just kind of wanders towards a voice or a person that you can't hear.
Okay.
I call up Hailstorm and have him come on down after him eating some fish and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I put him in the wrong list. Bubo, you are also reunited with Mebo, who has been waiting for you for quite some time with his big, heavy, clonking steps. For those of you who do not know or remember Mebo is a metal statue of Bubo brought to life. So he is he's back and ready to fight.
Ah, it is so good to see me again. Welcome back, Clanker.
Nerd! Reed, someone has done one drop, but it was specific to the location, which is why he has not shown up yet. Yes, Starheart.
I'd like to do two things. The first one is I'd like to. Is Hush dead?
No, he came here and brought a bunch of assassins with him.
No, I didn't know if Hush was like undead. I didn't remember what he was.
Hush is
I know
not
Eel.
undead.
Okay.
Eel is dead.
Okay.
Eel is a ghost of his heart beast.
Hush is a Quilem.
I go to Bubo.
Who's like a recovered Quilem. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Me and Mebo are doing our like secret handshake.
Yes.
Oh, no, I meant Bubo, not Hush.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Bye-bye.
Hush, get out of here. This isn't for you. You've had her enough. Steal her every day. Yes.
So, Bubo, I was wondering if just because we're all, planning our last wills and testaments and all that really sad stuff, would you mind taking care of Perry? If I can't, you have a lot of dragons on your island, and he's a dragon, and I think maybe he would enjoy, and you're really good with Doomaril. And
it's a whole different being, love. And I've never raised a dragon, but yes, they fly. And so I'm really good at taking care of flying things like dragons. So yes. Mm-hmm. Your dragon has a safe home with me on my island with other dragons. You're welcome.
Thank you. I feel better now to get this demon me out of me.
Yeah, you should probably take care of that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I feel like this might come bite me in the butt if I don't.
It might bite me in the butt. Yeah.
Oh, that would be bad.
Get it taken care of.
Where is she? Hello? Brothia, hello.
Hello.
Hi. So, what's a delicate way to put this? There's an evil version of me living inside of me that I should probably get out. Also, I forgot to say goodbye to my family. But that's not related to the evil me. But it is, because she is me and my family is me.
A shadow of yourself is not actually yourself, nor is it a true relative. We can take care of that.
Oh. Really? I mean, she's kind of cool, but in like the really bad way, like the not good way. No, pretend I didn't say that. Just don't tell anyone I said she was kind of cool. She's terrible.
Okay.
What would you like me to do, Starheart?
Take it out?
Right. Ladies! The other four file in. Now, this might hurt. But I need you to take a seat in that chair right over there. Just take a seat.
I take Perry and I like set him down on the ground so that he doesn't.
Okay.
Elisa's owl ape kind of scoops him up off the ground and like hugs him close to his chest.
What does he say?
And so yeah, they surround you, and their white robes all begin to sort of like light up as their eyes close. They link their minds together. Now I need you to close your eyes, and I need you to face her.
I don't know where face
I need
her.
you to find her. She's hiding in you, no?
Oh.
Bring her out. Tempt her closer to your consciousness.
Okay. Hi, Shadow Me. It's Starheart. Hey, do you wanna stab somebody again or maim someone's face, possibly? Then you should come out and you can say really terrible things. He really stunk up something earlier with the. I'm not doing very good.
Perhaps if you were to offer a true couple of dark thoughts, I think she can tell when they're lies.
A couple of true dark thoughts.
Yes. We're going to help you. You are safe here.
Okay. Oh, what kind of dark?
I don't know your mind, but you do.
Dark. Okay. You should come out, other me, because no one's gonna want me around. Because I'm small and I get in the way and muck everything up, and you don't.
Sort of cool, refreshing, like darkness starts to slide over your subconscious as you start flowing these things out. You can feel her presence kind of creeping into the back of your mind. She's beginning to extend herself into your mind. Good. Keep going.
And you. I lived and my parents died, and maybe it could have been my fault. I don't know. And we lost a Starheart, and we have that connection to the evil one, and that's bad. And
you can feel the tendrils kind of wrapping around as she starts to take the driver's seat. What are the first words out of her mouth as she takes over your mind? I guess her first words out of your mouth.
Oh. Now that wasn't so hard, was it?
There she is, ladies. As just like she just begins to be fucking slammed with white light. And Starheart, you unfortunately physically feel it, but she feels it on a level that just tears at her existence. So you're gonna eventually. So you feel this just thrashing, this desperation clinging onto your mind. You're sort of seeing through your own eyes, but through like as if you were underwater. The entire world is kind of swimming around you. You're not in control of your own body as she's trying to get like yanked out by the white waters. They succeed. They're able to rip her from your being, and you see her like being pulled from your pupils as she solidifies in front of you. You take 13 points of psychic damage as this happens. You hear Varathia. Everything still is sort of echoing around your head. Thank you for gifting that sub.
Thanks, Research Monkey.
Yeah. Starheart, this is your first test. Stand with us. So you join the circle, and you see a dark you in the center of the circle. Bring your hands forward. Focus on her. And focus on the light. Feel Luidwin flow through you. Feel it. Palms out. Palms out. The Vactari, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, friends.
Thank you for the raid.
Hooray. Actually, Starheart, can you roll just a D20 for me?
What was that?
Roll a D20
A D20?
for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Sharp Stuff dice.
Dun, 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 dun.
That was cocked. 10. It is indecisive. It is halfway between.
I will say, with the assistance of all the 5 women around you, you are able to. You see their lights, like holding her in place, and the last little like burst from your palm shreds her face, like halfway down, and the shadow begins to just kind of evaporate into the light until you no longer sense her, and you are free. Welcome to the
Thank
White
you.
Waters. It was you. Only you could have finished her off. All we could do was hold her for you. Well done. Now to hell, I guess. They all just kind of chuckle and leave the room. Togwes gives you another friendly kind of pat on the shoulder before she leaves.
Perry goes bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah. The owl ape hands it back to you. Hooray. So yeah, the portal to the entrance of the Maw is live and ready between Andre
Oh my
and all the
gosh.
scholars.
This is
The other crew, the
nerve-wracking.
crew of the other ship is here. Setzer and all of his men. Everybody else who was with him. Let me make sure I got everybody. Jeb is with you. Or Hush Trust. I think we got everybody. Duality of Chaos. Thank you for the follow.
Thanks for following.
Hooray.
Now, to clarify where our landing spot is it like right on the outskirts of the maw or like above the maw and just drop in immediately?
So I would say your most educated place of appearing is that place you were before, Andre, where you stood
Right.
at the edge of the maw and prayed. It has the
Yeah.
widest ledge and out of the entire area of the maw. So it would be the best place for you to begin your descent down into it. Because other than that, you'd be free falling in. And there's no direct shot.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I have everything back in the bag of holding. I'm kind of like behind the scenes, that nervous mom, like before a road trip. And I'm like, do you have this? Do you have this? But like on deck, I'm like trying to keep my shit together. So I'm checking and making sure Nitsage has his cloak of displacement, that we have the other one, because I think Jeb brought everything back. Just like checking on everybody, making sure everybody's like good.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, some people are far more nervous than others. Most have like that, 100-yard stare of just like, we're doing this. But like Rustflame, like your trusted allies are on it, and some of your less trusted, until very recently enemies like Vor and Truss are sort of overconfident. That's sort of just who they are. The the college masters actually look excited, like more excited than anybody. Like their curiosity is so. You can just feel it. They're just like, well, this is the only place we haven't been. This is the only thing we haven't seen or learned. Like, let's go. Like they're, they've got like fresh notebooks ready and pens and shit. Like they're excited.
My sweet little raven claws.
Master Aberforth.
Yes.
Can you send a message to my mother?
Of course, yes.
Can you just tell her that I love her and that I am doing something that I would have never thought of, and that if I could go into the mall with loved ones, then she can have the courage to stand up to my father.
I'm not entirely certain that it's my place to send a message quite that,
You can tell her it's from
Sent-
me.
Right, I'll quote you. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So he steps off to send the message. You see his eyes kind of glass over for a second as he does so.
I'm also gonna arm the that potato peeler on one of my little hip sheaths.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in, and then I was gonna ask you if you had something, but I'm forgetting what it was.
You have everything that I've owned.
The book. Do you have the book, just in case? The skin book, you know.
Yeah, no, you might, no, the skin book,
Just in case we need like a backup plan.
the book that we made with, King Thrun,
That should still be good, right?
should be in the bag of holding.
Yeah, you guys have it.
We just
Yes, we have it.
Before you go into the mall.
It's here in the bag of holding.
Okay. Okay.
And we have that, and then we need, Andre, did we ever get the piece of Kelrek from him?
I figured that's when you stab him and it just kind of happens.
That's the piece I accidentally destroyed.
Oh, that's right. You actually destroyed it. Okay. Well, just remember that,
A living piece. It needs to be a living piece.
yes, if we can't kill him on his own plane, then we will have to try and
Trap him.
again in the book,
Okay.
with the pages from the tree from the steam fangs, and then you have the
Right here.
okay.
It might actually
Okay.
be beneficial for us to destroy him where we are.
Yes,
I feel like this
right.
place might be the only place we can truly get rid of him.
I agree with you, Andre, but I'm just trying to cross all my T's and dot my lowercase J's.
Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as you're ready, place your hand on one of the circles, and we'll get started.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't see Starheart at all right now.
It's all right. It will only
wait
work as soon as we're all here.
Okay.
I go to sit down at the center of the circle and begin meditating with the stone, with the tesseract. And
Yes.
the circle lights up, and around the outside, I imagine I've made circles for every person who is coming.
Yeah.
And they basically like activate lines as they get to it.
Yeah, the entire ship, it's just a deck of lines and circles, lines and circles, lines and circles. And certain people or groups are kind of staying in their pods. So you see like the Whispers are together. You see that the White Waters are standing together. The College Masters. Actually, the College Masters are seated and helping you expand that power and kind of channel it to all the different areas. So all the chalk is lighting up brightly and some of the crew who hasn't seen as much as the rest of you are like, oh, I don't like that at all. And they're just kind of, no. The ones who are staying behind anyway, they're just like, mm-mm. Right back. And the, let's see, what else is doing things? You see Jeb just kind of looking around. It's, I guess it's time, huh? It's pretty exciting. I can't say I've been looking forward to it, but what the hell, right?
Do you know if you die down there that you might be gone for good, or do you think you're still alive?
I think you're okay.
I've been actually putting a lot of thought into that, and I imagine that if there is anywhere that I can die, it's probably there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Arsenal2K. That is 4 group rerolls and a group blessing for everybody. That brings us to a monster drop, which I trust you will let me hang on to until we're in the mall where it seems fitting, if that's all right with you.
Starheart, you're back.
Yeah, no, I had to not be here for a moment.
Yeah, you look a little refreshed.
Lighter.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
What?
Wait, what did you think it was?
Well, you left.
Like
I think
I
I saw
had a movement.
I think I saw the Daughters of Ludwin go with you somewhere.
Oh, yeah. So, evil me, she's gone now. It's just me.
Oh,
That's wonderful.
that's
Yeah.
yes. Huh.
Yeah, so no spooky surprises in the mall, other than the ones we're already anticipating and don't know about.
But nothing from her.
No, but she did make me think about some really sad things, and now that's all I'm thinking about. So that's fun.
Oh, sorry to hear that. We're ready if you are.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm gonna, with one hand, grab my cracked amulet of Cleth. Give Jules a little pet, and then reach out my hand toward the Tesseract.
I tuck Perry into my blouse so his little head kind of peeps out. And then I grab onto Nitsidge with one hand, and then I touch that with the other.
All right.
I look at Starheart as she's touching my hand and... Okay. Reach out and touch.
Space.
And then Hailstorm is like resting his head on my head. But like a prepared, kind of way.
All right.
A Doomro flies in and out of old habit lands on my shoulder, but he's like far too large for that now. No! And he flips off like, oh, sorry. And lands down right next to me, and I kind of like a bro put my arm around him. And I say, let's go.
All right.
Hand in.
The all hands are in. Andre activates the disarray, as it were, and the white light that's been channeling across all of them flashes blue for a moment. All the circuits go out, but you don't manage to see the last of the light hit the outermost groups because you have already begun your transportation. The cool wind and hot sun of this particular morning is immediately replaced by freezing cold, icy, whipping wind as you are on this icy ledge, looking down, and across from you is the other side of the mountain range. You can hear this constant wailing as the wind cuts across the maw, creating this horrible resonance. And as you look around, more and more of the crew and your party begin to appear next to you. And they're a lot of them are shivering. A lot of people didn't bother to pack anything warm. They weren't thinking about it. But immediately, Aura, a lot of your team with Rust Flame begin to, haul a bunch of ropes out. They start hammering spikes in, and they start just dropping ropes and fling them down off the side of this ledge deep into the maw. Right, Captain, whenever you're ready, we're ready.
All right. And I'll summon the fates and I'll put it in my sheath. Let's do it. And with my boots of spider climb, I'm going to lead the charge, but instead of using the ropes, I'm going to start walking down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just the side of...
Yeah. Just face first, so I can be at the lead and keep an eye.
That is so dope.
I kind of
so
look
I can
at
keep
Aura.
an eye out too.
I look at Aura doing that. I kind of look down at my feet and I was like, I used to be able to do that.
You see...
yep. Oh, sorry. I'll get on top of Hailstorm and then pull Starheart, help Starheart up on top of Hailstorm.
Bubo, are you flying with your cape or are you flying with your bird?
I'm flying formation with Doomro.
Nice.
Like the Blue Angels, 6-inch separation.
Bubo, maybe have Doomero pick up Andre.
Oh, right. We circle back around. We do a nice big loop-de-loop together. And as Doomero swoops down, yes. Stay on target. Stay on target. And then Andre goes, he came from behind. And then Doomero picks him up.
Togwes of the White Waters transforms herself into an osprey and just kind of joins the flocking. She starts flying with you. Master Greenjib kind of just blasts the other elders of the college, turns them all also into flying beasts of various description, and they all cycle out and begin to circle down and join the flock as well. Basically, everybody else begins to go down by ropes. So your crew laid down a bunch, and also a lot of Elb Gabber's men, the Whispers, also started laying down a bunch because they've done a lot of criminal activity in their lives, so they know how to scale down the side of a wall. So they're just, boom, those grappling hooks and ropes and all this stuff. They got, because they're gnomes, they got better little clips to stay in and attach. They start passing them out to the other groups, so everybody's, nobody's going to fall off of these things. They got it pretty well done. The lower you get, even though the wind begins to touch you less, and you can still see the sun above you, the lower you go, the dimmer the sun gets. You almost miss the wind whipping at your skin as it continues to just dissipate, and things become thinner and thinner and thinner. Just craggy rock after craggy rock. Eventually, you all see your last blade of grass, your last root of tree, and it's just stone, just hard black stone, cracking in the center of the continent as you continue to work your way down. Before the sun completely is enveloped and disappears, it's just a pale white circle against a field of black, and it eventually becomes swallowed up. The chill remains, but it's not cold. It is just a lack of any sort of reality. There's nothing interacting with your skin. There's nothing interacting outside of the walls that you're scaling down or the air that you're currently flying down. There's just nothing there. Eventually, the birds begin to struggle to stay afloat. So the parties sort of return to the ropes and begin to climb down. The birds themselves are being hefted by some of the stronger folks, like Hush is muscling. Sorry, not Hush. Hush's man Stalor is sort of hefting at least one of the birds. Tumerl, probably Hailstorm, has got claws to better grip as he kind of slides his way down, also being supported by some of the stronger members of the group. Eventually, so all the elders also transform back, begin to climb. There is sort of heavy feeling in all stomachs as you begin to descend, or not begin, as you continue to descend. This is maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of time just straight down. No change, no interruption. And this is from the point where it turned dark. It was maybe an hour to get below and another 3 hours of seemingly nothing. It continues to go, and they continue to pull off ropes, hammer ropes back down, and continue to go back down and down and down, and descend. By the 5th hour, you hear Rust Flame. His hooves kind of clip on something hard. I think I found the bottom. And his voice doesn't echo so much as it just it carries, but it doesn't bounce. Everyone hears it as if you were at the same distance to them. Right, lads. Let's set up a base camp or something.
Sounds good. He already knows we're here, so don't be afraid to light fires so the humans can see.
You see Rust Flame expertly take out his flint and tinder and some twigs that he had stashed in his bag, and for the life of him, no matter what he does, the stones will not strike.
I would like to, on one of the stones that Rust Flame is trying to strike a flame to,
I say, can I see that, please?
Right, of course.
and then I cast light on it. It is a cantrip.
Well, a light shines.
Dex saving throw. What?
You're thinking of like dancing lights or something?
No, it says Dex 15.
What?
Attack save. Oh, but I'm just using it on a rock.
We'll let you talk about it. So,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
a light, a light ignites. It doesn't cause a fire. It's just there's now a sort of bulb of light, and it kind of stretches and pulses weakly. It flickers, but it does stay fairly strong. Your feet, it just looks like solid, glassy volcanic rock. So do the one side of the wall that you can see out in front of you, vast in sort of all directions. It just seems like flat, dark nothingness. You can't see more than maybe 50 feet in front of your face. It takes a while for everybody who's kind of, as ropes have been added and removed, certain parties have drifted a little further away from each other coming down the wall. So it takes a while for everyone to find themselves. But eventually, all parties are accounted for. Everyone is together.
Just to make sure it works, I pull out. Can I just pull out my dagger really quick and say Orithil and see if that lights up?
Flickers and dies.
Ooh.
Oh. That's not great.
Orithil.
Flickers and dies.
That isn't his
We're
domain.
out of...
Good to know.
Out of his realm.
I like to hold my staff in my hand, and then up close next to the top of it, Orithil one of my bows, or one of my arrows, and see if it goes off.
Burns brightly.
Sweet.
Ooh.
What's wrong with you? Mine work.
What is that on your... What's that on your staff?
Oh, this? Yeah, it's the really cool Earth Amber Gemstone of Awesomeness.
When did you get that?
Oh, I had a conversation with Otil. You guys should have been there. It was pretty cool. He did this whirlwind thing in the water. It was pretty great.
Good to know. Good to know.
You were in the water? Never mind.
I put away hard act.
Wait. Nitsuj, come here. Stand next to my staff and do your icy thing, hot thing. Use your hands.
Huh? Orithil. Oh.
Excellent.
Ooh.
All right.
But then how far can you
Start.
get?
Start slowly walking away from me and,
Okay.
and see if it goes out.
Okay.
You walk about 20 feet, and then and you're swallowed by darkness. You're slightly away from the rest of the group, and it's even though you know how far away they are, it just feels like there is this dank darkness between you and them.
I kind of quickly walk back to the party real fast, like something's behind me.
All right,
Interesting.
there you go. Looks like Hortiel's magic has a sphere of influence of about, 20 feet or so away from my staff.
Yeah.
So if any of you intend to use that, make sure you're close by.
Okay.
Good to know.
Hey,
I'd
Andre.
like to cast.
Yes.
Nope, I wasn't going to say anything. I was listening to Nitsid. He said something. He wants to cast something.
I'd like to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Seeing that he does that, oh nope, that's a concentration, so hang tight. I won't do that yet.
I look at Andre, and
I'm kind of fiddling with the wrecking ball that I have. Do you remember that?
The one that collects valuable things, or that
Yeah.
points you to valuable things. Yes.
Yeah.
The one that Cyrus.
I'm just kind of holding it, and
I say, Andre, what do you suppose the most valuable thing is in the maw?
Oh, there's nothing really esoterically valuable down here like that.
Do you think it might be my star heart?
Well, I mean, if it's valuable to you, it would at least point you that way. But yes, I suppose.
I hold it up and see if it does anything.
It hangs for a second, like no reaction, and then it just sort of like ticks a little bit to what you know to be the east, at least because you descended the west wall of the maw.
Okay.
Well, it and the person we're looking for is either that way or there's something real shiny that way. So,
Don't know of any other better heading.
It's the only lead we have.
Knowing that light sources and stuff are a little hard to come by here, I also try and focus on my medallion.
Mhm.
But in Celestial, I say the word of my god into my medallion.
What's the goal to accomplish? You just trying to
I just
open
want a beacon.
communications?
Just
Right.
something that people at least can see in the group if lights fail at some point.
Well, thankfully, his name is the same in the old speech as well. So just whisper "clout" into the medallion, and it's almost as if as it's exiting your mouth, it gets pulled into the medallion, and wing, the word just bounces around the maw until you finally hear it hit back, also far to the east, as the sound travels back your way, sort of leveled with a bit of his magic. It's as if he's calling you with your own voice from the other side of the maw.
Danny,
Mhm.
did any of my moon catch survive me becoming a plant?
Yeah, everything got returned to you by Jeb. So it should be intact and perfectly fine.
So if I have my tiara on and a moon catch flask, are they glowing at all? Or are they pretty dim?
They're dimmer than they would be normally, but they're not out.
Okay. They're not going.
No.
They're just going. Okay.
If anything, they seem stifled down here.
East,
Okay. Yes.
All right.
keep your wits about you, stay close. You have no idea what we're gonna face here.
And as I start to walk, I kind of little, almost like a dragon eyes will go, and I'll start to see in the ethereal plane.
You see all the lack of air. So what, instead of circulating air molecules, for lack of a better term, like instead of like wind forms, you see cycling souls. You see the dead being pulled into the moss, sweeping down to the east, continuing down, just threads from all over the world, just some lowering, some rising, some exiting, some entering, all forms, all species. And they're moving so quickly, it's hard to make out any details, but you can see a horn of a minotaur here, the elongated form of a quai elsewhere, heart beasts, regular beasts, plants, everything just kind of going in every which way. But all seem to be sort of cycling down toward a center place. Between here and the east wall, it seems like they're all just heading down that.
Looks like the path is going this way, and Andre, let me tell you, it is quite a spectacle down here.
I would be lying if I said I was not envious of what you could see right now.
I think we're going to see it all soon enough.
Sounds fun. I can't wait.
Danny, can you remind me what the Chime of Opening does?
Allows you to open any locked door by ringing the chime. But I believe
and
it
also
only works.
turn the page. Thanks.
You believe it only what?
I believe it only works like once a day or something like that.
Yeah, it's once a day. I have 10 uses, it looks like.
10 uses.
Yeah, I have 10 uses, but yeah, I think it was once a day.
Got it.
I'm just...
what did you see? Oh, never mind. Tell me more about the environment, please.
So Starheart, as you're still holding that ball, that sort of treasure seeker item, and it bounced the one time to let you know kind of the direction of the valuable. It starts to bounce again and a little more aggressively. And it rips itself from your fingers and just disappears down into the darkness. And you hear ding, 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 ding. Thank you for the follow.
Is that toward the east, or what do you mean in the darkness?
Yeah, it does travel towards the east where it was initially pulling from. But at this point, it has yanked itself from your hands, and it has bounced away. And again, sound isn't carrying the same here. Like, if it was in a normal cavern, it would be echoing like crazy, but it's like, gone.
Can we tell...
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. What's up?
Because we don't have... because there's not the echo, can we tell how far away it... Can we tell a distance where it's landed?
No. You lose track of the sound, maybe 20, 25 feet. You lose track of it visually, 50 feet, and before it's swallowed into the darkness. Starheart and Nitsage, you both feel a very cold prickle on the back of your necks. And both of you are sort of granted vision. One, Starheart, because you had the most recent interaction with him, and Nitsage, because you were currently seeing the ethereal plane. Souls seem to like swirl away for a moment, and you just see big, dark, purple eyes just kind of floating in the darkness, and you hear a very familiar voice.
What in the world is that?
He's like 10 feet away, and it's still so loud.
I thought
Open the bag and pour it
was
out.
Ryan
Open and pour.
making like some rock sounds.
No.
Hell
I don't
would
know
sound
if
like
I don't think Jack can hear it.
constant
It's
bag
just
opening in your bag.
But
We can hear it.
you do have a mute button on your own there, Kenny.
Glad you can make it.
Kenny's
bud.
opening a bag. None of you will understand.
So it's time, is it? You're here, and you've brought so many delicious little friends.
Starheart, Nitzig are the only ones who can hear that, but Nitzig, you're able to sort of see his eyes seek you out on this plane. Like he's riding the souls as a sort of a form of transportation just so that he can see out into this world. It's like a thread for him. And Starheart, you catch a quick glimpse of him, similar to when he was clutching the Starheart. He now clutches your little treasure seeker and just kind of like...
The little one, too.
What? The little one too?
Speaking of you specifically, because he has your scent on the ball that he had just caught.
Just
yanked it from
do
you.
I, from my bond with the Starheart gem, do I sense it?
Sure.
Since he's near.
Oh yeah, no, he's basically projecting an image of himself holding your item for you to see. He's trying to basically get into your head, and you just see again that grin
me.
from, yeah, absolutely.
How about a nice little welcome party?
And he, wherever he is, his fist hits the ground, and all of you feel the ground cracking and fracturing beneath your feet. And almost outside of those crackles, the parties who have been separated begin to fall separately. So you see the whispers kind of turn because they see the ground happening, and all of them just on one platform of the ground, just swallowed by the darkness. You see the same thing happen to the White Waters, the College Masters, all of them. You all look down to your feet, and you see a crack growing around your particular circle, and you begin to slide on this piece of volcanic glass just into complete darkness, magical darkness. There's no penetrating. Only Nitzig can you sort of see what's happening, as you can see edges form around you. You're able to kind of like pull people in so they're ducking outside of the rocks that are appearing.
Yeah, I do that.
Burrow. Yes, I'm assuming. I'll just rephrase.
I'll try.
Yeah. You eventually come to a hard stop, and all you hear is a faint trickle of water. And there's it seems that you've sort of passed that threshold of nothing into something, and there's a bit more movement of air down here. And you hear a sort of wet slap, followed by another wet slap, as Nitzig, you can see the form. No one else can. Of this large, sort of bulbous, similar in demonic species to what Thalahun was, but this seems a little bit bloatier, a little more wide-eyed, a little less in control of himself. Clearly like a Kurluk summoned item.
What's the light here?
Non-existent. Only you can see it because you can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh, jeez, no one else.
So even with dark vision, we can't really see anything?
Jet black in this particular area.
Jeez.
Anything?
I imagine like Jules sitting on my shoulder, and like I can see her like electricity, but beyond that, it's just like a dark
it's just
bubble.
like it's lighting out maybe this far away from you.
Yeah. Jeez.
Is there any advantage with my connection?
Your medallion. Actually, make a religion check.
A what check? Sorry.
Religion.
Religion. Okay. 16.
Okay, so you sort of like on that wavelength that you just hit with Clote, kind of telling you like this was the way to go. You clutch it again now that you're not there, you're elsewhere, and you're able to kind of squeeze it, and you're as long as you are, it's like in contact with your skin, so you don't necessarily have to hold it. But if you were to like tuck it inside your shirt, you can kind of sense the edges of this beast. It doesn't give you greater vision, but you're able to know exactly where it is at any given time. It's about, let's say, 35 feet in front of you, and you're just in this small sort of snaky cavern, and it's blocking the entire other side.
Great. I try and whisper to everyone, there's something in front of us. If you can find cover, make cover.
It's pitch black. There's nothing here.
Use your arms, feel around.
I can see. Are there any, what's the terrain look like in my vision?
Similar to where you started, a jagged sort of just black volcanic glass looking area. It's smoother here. It's been run down by probably centuries of some form of liquid flow. So it's smooth. Sorry.
What's the ceiling? Is there a ceiling above us that we've kind of come through, or?
Yeah, it's let's say like 10 feet high. They're stalactites, stalagmites coming from the top and the bottom, and again, just all kinds of, just like it all just looks like black glass.
I'd like to try and see who I can and kind of gather them, and then bring them to like behind a stalagmite.
Might.
Yes, might on the
reach
bottom.
Ceiling has to hold on tight. Falling.
One of the rocks coming up from the ground.
Yeah, so there is one large enough. But as you continue to sort of scramble and make noise, you just...
Okay, so it's a big one out there, and I can try and put a ball of fire around it to light it up so you all can see it better.
I mean, I've got the daylight in a bottle. We haven't tried that yet.
I also have, because I retooled my spells before coming down, I have a spell called Daylight as well.
Well, we can certainly
just
use that, but if you want to just, and I kind of, I motion like their bodies toward where it is in the pitch black, and I say, it's if you peek out and then just go straight, you'll hit right into it.
I don't want to hit it into it.
And if I shine a guiding bolt at it, you'll be able to at least see it for the first time you guys attack it.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe do that, Andre.
Or we try and stay low, and I think it has our scent anyway. We just made a lot of noise coming down.
Yes. Do you think we should be able to sneak around it, or is this something we hit straight on?
And can I peek around the edge to kind of get a layout of what kind of entrances or openings or other paths that are maybe around this thing?
It looks like there was a path to the right. It's currently blocked from all the rocks and everything that slid you down here. But there is a tunnel to your right. It's taking up the tunnel to your left. And that's the only fork here that you're able to see.
There's a tunnel to the right. It's taking up the tunnel to the left.
Yes.
Is the tunnel to the right going toward the east that we would kind of know, or
they both kind of fork into the easterly direction. So it's like east was center. It's forking off on either side of that. So,
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a path to the right. It's kind of in the front of the path on the left. So
Can you lead the way?
Oh, I can try.
Here, let me help. I can make us extra sneaky, and I'll cast Pass Without Trace.
Nice. I'll flick up the hood for you. I'll flick up my hood too.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I have a hood on my robe? Are they hooded robes?
They are hooded robes. They're also white.
And
we have
Danny,
our.
These are
Yeah. But I do it anyway.
Go ahead.
sorry.
I was gonna say, is it just our party that's within 30 feet of us, or if there are others around us? I got 30 feet of.
Got it. I would say probably Mebo and Jeb are with you specifically. I think everyone else probably split off to other groups.
Okay, so
Yeah, if I
everyone,
look around,
everyone that's within 30 feet can have this bonus.
Cool.
If I look around, do I see any? Is it just this being, or is there any other creatures or things around us.
This is the only living thing or living-ish thing that you can see.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Do I see a path that might be beneficial for us to stick behind rocks on the way to the right path?
Ooh. Yes. It is possible. Like if you're to shift from one to the other. I will say that no matter what sort of sneaky sneak you do, Mebo will be traveling at disadvantage just because he is a clanky metal being. Even with the pass without a trace, because he is just a clunky dude.
What if I put the silver silencer amulet on him? Does that make him not be clanky?
Unfortunately not. It just makes you not.
I know it's for talking, but...
Booba, what are the odds of you wanting to sacrifice the Memo as a distraction?
Mebo? Yeah, there's already one of me. I don't need another one. Take him.
I did not expect that answer from you.
Hey, listen, it's fight to the death down here. I love the guy, but come on, he was a statue. He ain't real.
Okay, well, you'll be in,
I love Boobo so much. Oh my god.
you'll be in charge of him, and then we'll take off on. Maybe he can go after that monster, and then we can.
Do we need a distraction?
If it gets close, maybe he can go off and make a noise in the opposite direction we're going.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Mebo? You be the hero. Save the day.
Kind of squints at you, Boobo.
I didn't even know you could squint. That's amazing.
He squints and then he gets over it. He realizes what he is, which is a dark thought considering, but then he nods.
Don't worry. We can sneak around quietly. It's the last resort.
Reroll and a blessing for Mebo.
Oh, he's gonna need it.
Arsenal. All right, so you guys are gonna try and sneak off to the right.
Yeah.
So, just to reiterate, a lot of rocks have collapsed in that direction. So even if you do sneak off to that side, you're gonna have to start moving heavy things in order to get out that way.
So I'm sorry. I thought you said so. There's a cave in, but then there's a right tunnel open, and then the left.
Cave in
tunnel
is at the
open.
right tunnel. Yeah, the left tunnel is the open tunnel. But
Can we just go through its? Can we just go between its legs? Can we go between its legs?
Okay, so let's try and get Mebo to actually cause the monster to
Go right.
go to the right, and then we'll go
Sneak left.
Beeline, cut, and then to the left. Let's try that. Okay.
All right, Mebo.
Everyone,
Your time has
hold.
come. I need you to act like me, be a leaf on the wind, and create a distraction.
pulls out one of his metal arrows, gets his metal bow, and just
I'll grab
Let's go.
Aura's hand and say, "Okay, everyone, grab a hold. Let's go."
Okay. I'll grab Andre.
All right.
I don't know whose hands I'm
Lord of the
grabbing, but I
Rings,
grab.
hands holding.
I'll grab Starheart since I'm at the right height.
And then I also, so I'll grab yours, and then I'll reach really high up and grab Boobo.
Yeah, I'll take up the rear.
All right. So tricky part's going to be this. So you, so as you all kind of sneak left without a trace, actually make checks for me, please. Stealth checks.
Yes. Stealth.
First roll in the mall.
First roll in the mall, everybody.
What
We
kind
gotta
of-
go.
Oh well.
What kind of check you said, please?
Stealth.
Stealth check.
And you have
I
a
have disadvantage
+10.
on stealth now.
You have a +10 bonus on this stealth check.
Oh, we
So
do?
I got
Okay,
a
awesome.
30.
Ah, frick! That was a nat 20, but I'm rolling on disadvantage. So,
41.
23.
31.
27.
All right. You all pass. Jeb tries to keep up with you, and you hear one of his bones kind of like cracks out. Oh, crap. Go! And he just starts chasing. So as soon as Mebo releases the arrow, he's just runs after Mebo, so they're both running that way.
No, but he's dead. It's okay. He's already dead.
As the demon thing. Mystic Rose, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
So you hear, so even though he is unaware of your presence at this particular moment, but he's stomping forward to chase as you're trying to kind of counter in the other direction. So his rage from being hit with that bolt, he's going to sort of explode with those same kind of fine tendrils that a lot of the other demons have had from the maw. So this is going to be a slight, not a slight. This is going to be another, this is a dexterity saving throw.
Son of a...
Not a stealth
Okay.
throw. So no special advantage. Red Dawn, thank you for the
Thanks,
follow.
Red Dawn. 18.
18.
I'm going to use one of my blessings.
I'm going to use one of my blessings.
Do it.
I got a 24.
Okay. It's not as bad.
I got a 16.
Nice.
16 as well.
14.
Okay. The nice thing is, you all passed, but so you're all going to take that damage, which is not a lot, thankfully. Low. That's going to be that's 7 damage for each of you. Piercing damage. Those tendrils just kind of like they go in, they go out, they whip right back in, and he just chases down Mebo and now Jeb. Jeb pulls his sword, and Nitzid, the rest of you are too far to actually see him anymore. Andre, you kind of can feel their outlines, but Nitzid, you're able to see as this demon just barrels down on Mebo and Jeb.
Was that an area effect, technically?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that was a dex save. Okay, I'm going to do evasion on that.
Okay.
I'll do 3.
As he says, Mebo's stealth and saving throw rolls. Good point. That still wasn't enough. 13, although I can give him his blessing that he was just tipped for.
My blessing.
That is also not enough.
Oh, Mebo.
I just have I see that happening, and in my head I just the dreadful sense of loss. Come on, let's keep going.
Just hear Jeb shouting obscenities as he slashes at this thing. Hooray. So yeah, you make it down off to the left. This is where things start to get a little strange. You're no longer feeling the weight of the ground beneath your feet. It almost feels as if the tunnel is sort of rotating as you walk on it. So you're starting to lose sense of where is up and where is down. And Nitzid, you're no longer able to see souls traveling in this particular area. This is just not where they go. You start to hear sort of a distant cracking again, but it sounds a little bit different. It sounds like splintering wood, but only Nitzid and Aura can hear it. And Aura, suddenly from this area of nothingness, you're able to smell salt air, like sort of where you just were, and it takes you a minute to realize that you're not smelling the air that you were smelling before. Like, it's not a recent memory. This sea scent comes from a very specific time. And the cracking you hear is the sound of heavy wheels dragging across the deck of a ship. And you hear drunken protests, obscenities, familiar words. And eventually, the rest of your footsteps continue as normal, but Aura, you continue to walk. And as that cold, glassy surface under your feet suddenly gives way to soft wood. And suddenly you step your way. Yes.
I'm so sorry. Do I hear it because of the etherealness that I'm receiving?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. So you, so Aura, you step onto what feels like the deck of a very familiar ship. And you, the rest of you melt away, and Nitsage, you almost like in an instant, you see Aura melt away from the sort of solid plane that you all exist in to just traversing to the other side. And you can see her, but it's as if she's on another pane of glass. She is gone.
I told the party, stop here.
What do you see?
What's going on?
Aura is...
Is what?
Aura is not here.
That's not good.
But I still see her. She's walking on the deck of a ship.
We don't got time for that.
She's facing a trial, I'd imagine.
I don't know if I can help her or not, but I do see her. I don't think I can reach her, though. It's all on her now.
All right. Cutting to Aura for a moment. Aura, you are...
Sorry, I reach out knowing where she, basically where I would imagine her to be, and I cast Bless.
Thanks,
Nothing
Andre.
happens.
Nothing happens.
Oh. Does that mean he burned the spell slot?
This is a cantrip, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
no, it's a spell
Oh.
So, Aura, just every step you take further defines the ship that you are now walking on, and you recognize this as Ashfoot's ship, where you were born, where you were raised, and where you now have to live this day again. But the first thing you see is the sort of warm, friendly, piratey face of Ashfoot himself.
There she is, lass. I never thought I'd see you again.
Ashfoot, it's so good to see you.
Hope you're making me proud up there.
And you try to what?
I try to hug him.
You are able to. Yeah, you're able to hug him, and he sort of hugs you back. He's got a bit of a wisp about him. It's like his edges aren't complete.
It's not too bad down here. After a while, anyway.
At least you have your ship.
I do, indeed. I see you've done better things with other ships at this point. But you know what you have to do. I've been here waiting for a very long time for you to do it again. He left you here. He cursed your mother, he hurt her. He hurt you. And we tolerated it as long as we could, but you're better than him. You're better than me. Do it again or make your peace. I don't know the purpose of this place. I've just been here for a very long time.
And he gestures off to the side, and you see Tiefling, older man, drunk, chained to a cannon. And you actually see a younger version of yourself lashing the chains around him, locking him up, and tying him. She walks up to you. She looks you in the eyes. You take a step forward. You take her place. You look down at your hands. You're a child again, or at least trained, as old as you were when this happened before. Yeah, horns are a little shorter.
She's better than me. It's because I'm not good at the sea. Doesn't mean I'm good for nothing.
Are you sorry?
Sorry? What's sorry? I made her tough. I made you tough. Tough enough to put me here.
You drove her away. She left because of you.
She left because she was weak. You stayed because you're strong. Look at you. You're welcome.
No. You gave me none of the strength I have. Ashfoot, he is my guide. He is my father. You are pathetic.
I made you what you are.
No.
I hit you,
No.
so you hit harder. I hit her. She runs. You should be thanking me. I can still taste the seawater. I could still see your face as my life left my body. I've relived this day every day for thousands of years.
Good. I'm glad my face is the last you see. Every time you die, every time you have to relive this nightmare. Because you have no idea the nightmare that you put us through. This is your penance. Okram Selas. I sentence you to face your fate. And I hope I can send you to a further depth. And I put my hands on the cannon. And I start to push.
Please, you don't want to do this again. You don't.
You're not sorry. You have no regrets.
Of course.
You haven't learned any lessons in all this time.
I'm
Take another
sorry.
step.
Of course I'm sorry. I was never good enough for you. I was never good enough for her. I sacrificed everything I was to get onto this ship. It was the only place that paid. It was the only job that would hire me, and I couldn't do it. I failed at everything in my life but you. I was not a good father. I was not a good husband. I never even married her. I'm not a good man. I wanted to be a captain for you. But Ashford was a better captain than me, a better man than me. I couldn't even take to the sea without getting sick. So I drank. And I drank. And I swung, and I hit, and I bit, and I fought. It's not who I wanted to be. I'm happy to see you strong. But it is no thanks to me. Do what you've got to do.
Kind of look back at Ashfoot. What is he giving me any like go ahead, or what is his face reading?
He's just smiling at you, just generally proud. He's a little blank faced at the moment.
Can I make an insight check on Okram?
Sure.
Not great. I'm gonna bless it. I can't remember if that's a blessing that I have or a reroll. Ryan, what's the number on the bottom for us?
Rerolls.
It's a reroll.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try my reroll.
But I mean, we also have 13 group blessings.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'll do a group blessing then.
We have group re-rolls too.
Of course, it's a 1. 11.
It's hard to say. He looks genuine. He's at least worked up, but it's hard to say because you've never had an earnest moment like this. Like, you never had an earnest moment like this with your father in the past, which leads you to want to at least believe his words.
I clutch my symbol of clef, but is it there? Because I wouldn't have had it when I was younger.
No, this version of you doesn't have it.
I've earned my fate. If you
I
see
turn to Ashfoot, and I hold out my hand. Can I have the key?
Right you are, little miss.
And he reaches into his belt and he pulls out a key for the lock for the chains. Hands it off to you.
I take the key from him, and I kind of grip it in my hand, and I squeeze it really hard. And I look out to the ocean, and I consider my options. And I look back at Okram. You've done horrible things in your lifetime. But I believe that you've had to relive this nightmare. And I believe you're in a place where you can't hurt her anymore. And I approach him, and keeping eye contact with him. Do not make me regret this. And I unlock the padlock, and I take the chains off him, and I just step back.
He immediately bolts forward and just pulls you into this embrace, and he's just sobbing.
I'm sorry. If you see her, tell her I'm sorry.
I very, very slowly and very hesitantly hug back. And I look at Ashfoot. I still want to make you proud.
Last all you ever had to do to make me proud was be as strong as a leader as you are today. Unlike this fella, I get to watch over you. It's been a fun ride.
My friends. I was with them. How do I get back?
I'm sorry, lass. It's not over for you yet. But I believe you'll make it through.
Okay.
Best of luck.
And as he says, best of luck, your father stands, and his sort of wispy edges start to sort of twinkle with a bit of white.
I don't deserve forgiveness, and I don't expect to have it, but thank you for letting me say my piece.
Of course.
I love you in my own way.
And he just backs up and just jumps off the side of the ship and splashes into the water.
I run over and I grab the railing and I look down.
And he just, as he starts to sink below the waves into the darkness, you see almost a bit of a smile on his face as he just fades off. He more sort of dissolves to the ocean as opposed to drowns.
I kind of just take a deep breath and look around the ship and see if there's the next path I'm supposed to take.
Right, love.
Oh, yes.
Do I still see her?
You are indeed able to see sort of the actions. You can no longer hear their words, but you could see her with a silhouette of a tiefling. You could see her with a sort of muddy silhouette of, what you assume to be a captain. All that stuff. Like
I've been kind of telling them what I'm kind of seeing when this is happening, trying to make sense of it. Is it possible for me to try and cast a message to the figure that is Aura?
Ooh, you can certainly try.
Just a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. I'll make you roll Arcana for it.
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on Nitsage to help with that.
I'm going to try and speak with her. I'm gonna use a reroll. one of mine rerolls. I'm gonna go ahead and use up that last reroll.
No. Time Lord's life. Thank you for the follow.
Thanks for the follow.
Sort of.
And Ryan, I had ended up, I used a group blessing instead of my reroll. I didn't use my reroll.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
15.
Yeah. It takes you a moment to sort of do the sort of like magical math as you're looking at this like thick, like it's as if there's a fat but like uneven glass wall between you and her. So you're having to do some sort of magical gymnastics to kind of figure out how and where to send this to connect to her. But eventually you're able to get a lock on her and open up a channel and send a message.
Or if you can hear me, I see you, but we can't reach you. Are you okay?
You sound like you're underwater. Yes, I think this is my spiritual test down here. Captain Ashwood's with me. I think I still have more to do.
Okay. Be strong. We love you.
Love you.
And I tell the group she's definitely in her trial, and she's with a lost companion right now, and she still thinks she has a ways to go. So let's keep our eyes up for anything coming this way, and we'll just wait for her. Whatever kind of thing is going to happen.
Aura, Ashfoot sort of steps forward to.
Right you are, little lady. Now, the next stop for you is going to be through that door.
And he gestures to his captain's door. And as you step toward it, we'll cut away to you and move on to some. Let me see. Starheart, you continue to sort of step forward with the party. And while you're all sort of locked listening to the story here, you hear a bunch of wagon wheels screeching, breaking, wood splintering, screaming,
hear anything.
quick shadowing, rushing, screams, fights. You hear the roar and cackle of Kelrek off in the distance because now you can recognize that noise. You couldn't when you were a small child. And as you lean against one of the walls for support, you fall through it. And you find yourself in the cabin of this very familiar carriage. You hear a gnomish tiny child crying out. You recognize it as yourself. And you see two faces that you've only seen in dreams and in paintings at the Flintborn residence. You see Back and Iris panicking.
Right. Iris, do what you can. We're going to draw them off. We're going to draw them off. Who are you?
A friend.
Well,
To
friend,
help.
now is no time to linger. They're coming. They're coming. We need to protect the little one. Please, we can come with us.
Who has baby Starheart?
Baby
Did
Starheart.
they pick her up?
Iris is about to stow her into one of the cabinets, which is where you were left as a baby to be protected.
Okay. I wait to see what they do.
You see Iris kind of scoop you up. Now, you're about, I think, 4 at the time, or slightly younger. And she...
Yeah, I was young.
yeah, but for a gnome, very, very... so she sort of picks you up,
Little Brenna, I'm sorry. We're not going to be there to raise you, but you are going to live. You're going to make it. You're going to thrive. I don't know why they're after us. I don't know. Please, just stay quiet. Just stay quiet.
And she bundles you up. She folds a blanket over little you and opens up a small cabinet and gently places young Starheart inside. Closes the cabinet.
Right. I have to go right now. New friend, this is not the time to be here.
And as she says that, you hear the stabbing of swords and cries of death outside, swishing of robes, that sort of thing. There's a massive battle going off on the tree line, and you can still hear Kelrek roaring, but this time in pain.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, they start leading you away. They start leading you away.
What about me? What about...
Little you?
Oh god, this is so strange. Yeah.
Little you is safe in the cabinet.
Okay. I follow Mom and Dad.
You all burst out of the wagon. There's sort of flames all around. A lot of the Starheart gem has been scattered all over the place. It's being collected by a bunch of hooded figures, but the noise of the opening of that door draws the attention of all these hoods. You see no faces, just solid shadow as they creep upon you. Blades are revealed from inside the robes as they approach Back and Iris. They don't pay you any particular mind. It's as if you're not even there for the cultists.
With the gems going everywhere, with any of the Starheart gems, do any fly my direction? Can I grab any of them? Can I grab one?
You'd be able to interact with them right now, yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna grab it and I'm just gonna hold on to it.
Yeah, you pick up a piece, you feel it's heft, it's maybe about that big. It's
Oh,
an
that's
unpolished
big.
chunk. Like it's ore, basically, so it's like there's bits of gem in it, there's bits of rock in it. But the
Pocket one if I can.
the hooded figures approach Back and Iris, your parents, blades drawn. And before there's anything you can really do about it.
Oh, no. Really?
Is there something you'd like to try?
They're going, yes. I cast Beacon of Hope on both of them. They have advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws. And they regain the maximum number of hit points from any possible healing.
You do that. They feel that sort of magic rushing through their blood, which bolsters them for a moment. They each kind of cast you a smile right before the blades are plunged into their bodies and they collapse. They're left for dead. Your spell, however, has granted them a little bit more time as the cultists, again ignoring your existence entirely, begin scavenging all of the area around the wagon for the gems, and some are being magically destroyed in front of you, but the rest of them are all so they're lying, they're sort of holding each other in this particular moment.
Oh, and I don't have my... Shoot. They won't know it's me because I don't have my bracer. And I don't have the Starheart. I go to them and,
What are you doing? You need to run far away from here. Keep yourself safe.
No, but I need to protect you.
sort of looks down, and it's just blood pooling all in his.
Oh, cure wounds, cure wounds. I cure wounds.
Yeah, don't expend the spell slot. I'm going to say you're going to try to cure wounds, and it just simply doesn't work. But you have bought them the time to have a conversation.
Okay. Mom?
What did you say?
My name's Starheart, and I know this isn't gonna make any sense, but I was, your baby is gonna be okay. Prinna's gonna be okay. She's gonna be taken care of, and she's gonna be loved very, very much. But she's gonna miss you. But she'll be okay. But she'll always miss you, and I'm sorry I couldn't do more for you right now. But I'm here now, and I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm here. And I love you very much.
And she kind of reaches up with a sort of slightly bloodied hand. She places it to your cheek. Back takes your hand, and the three of you just have this moment together. But they're at a certain amount of peace. As they begin to fade away and the scene begins to fade out, you see the brilliant wings of a Sahlen swing down to the carriage and begin to blast their light into young Starheart. And that white light sort of erases this particular area but you also feel at peace for being able to at least speak to your folk.
I could what?
For being able to speak to your folks for the first time. This was a sort of moment. And as the light washes out everything, they themselves have this sort of circle of peace around them, similarly to how Ashfoot did and how her father did, as far as being able to sort of dissipate themselves from this particular realm onto whatever is next. We now cut away.
Okay. Yep.
Oh dear, where is it? Eepy. Oh no. Where did I write it down?
You need to go to therapy after this. Jesus Christ.
D&D is therapy.
That's right.
That wasn't.
Fabulous. Bubo, you, I would say, like, you might have turned to say something to Starheart and then realized after no response.
Yeah, because we were holding hands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's such.
Yeah, she's going.
Yeah, look with your special eyeballs. I don't know what you call them. Where did she go?
Looks like back to her village. She's speaking with two people on the ground. I can't tell who they are. It's just light images.
What else is going on? Can you see anything else? What kind of village?
Violence, a lot of violence, people killing. I think it's... I think that might be her parents.
Yep, most certainly is. That's not good. It can't be good.
You left your hand down where you were holding Starheart's hand before, and a similarly small hand grips yours.
And I just...
Excellent. Starheart, she's back. Everybody, she's in my hand. We can move on.
The hand begins to pull you away, just walking you slightly further down the cave.
I'll be right back. Seems Starheart has to take me somewhere, and it's a...
And as it seems Starheart needs to take me, you stop hearing it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Bubo, it takes you a second. It gets very, very quiet, and then you hear a sound that you haven't heard probably in about 1,000 or so years. Just this sort of light, girlish giggle that is very familiar to you and only you.
It's not possible.
Come on, big brother.
You come. No. No. There's no way.
You said you were going to catch me, and you never did. So now we're going to play.
I won't.
Don't
No.
you wanna play?
No, it's not. This is not happening. There's no way. I don't want to play. Don't make me play.
Please.
It's the last thing I want to do right now. Other people need me. Don't make me do this.
The wildflowers are out, and it's a sunny day.
And she, as she says sunny day, just like you just see a field of grass and flowers. And you see it is the Isle of Quailir, one of the more open, flat areas, deep in one of the smaller valleys that you and your family used to frequent all the time. This is a place where you and your sister used to play. And you were, again, your wealthy family, so, bracelets, jewelry, that sort of thing, rings of great value. And she starts just sort of skipping around.
Chase me, big brother. Come on. Let's go.
I can't.
Of course you can. You're
I
faster than
immediately
me.
drop-
It's just a game.
I immediately drop to my knees and just run my hands through the wildflowers that are in front of me and grab a handful of earth and stare at it and as it slowly falls out of my hand.
When you look up from the flowers in your hand, you see behind your sister, who's smiling and beaming up at you, a band of thieves, swords drawn.
Right then, give us all your stuff. I just want your stuff.
There are spells that I want to throw instantly at this moment. Rather than expending them, is it going to be something that just will not work? Or do I need to try to expend one of them?
I would say don't worry about it. You could cast it here. It might not have an effect or the same effect, but yeah, don't worry about burning a spell slot in here. If that makes sense.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my sister in relation to the thieves at this moment?
There may be 5-10 feet behind her, and she's about 25-30 feet in front of you.
Is she in like a direct line of them to me, or can I circumvent them?
You're
or circumvent
facing her. They're behind her. She's facing you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when you look down at the flowers, you notice that your hand is a little bit smaller. Your arms are a little less strong. You were of a similar age when it happened.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I'm gonna just instantly, in a shout of anguish, cast Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot cube, and I'm gonna just, since I can't point it at the center of them, I'm gonna point it just to the right of her, so it passes right past her and aims at whatever thieves are in the way.
So the Thunder Wave occurs, but it's just a small pop. You've only just started your magical training at this point in your life, and so it just kind of like it's like a punch in the face to this guy.
I think you're a tough guy, him.
And he just runs up to you and just decks you across the face, just again and again and again. And they continue their assault on the two of you. You're able to get
in
back
between
up.
blows, in between blows, swinging wildly. I start to lose control and makes me very ineffective at fighting them, almost as if making the situation even worse. You see tears are streaming from my eyes and the snot is coming out of my nose, and I'm wiping that away and swinging, and it's to no avail.
There's a quiet on the field. The deed is done. The thieves sort of evaporate from existence, and your sister, is it pronounced Aves? Your sister, Aves, she's in the grass. She's still looking up. She's in shock, so she's not feeling what's happening to her. She's just sort of looking up at you as you walk up to her, which is something you were not able to do when the event actually occurred. But she's
You caught me.
I crawl towards her. Aves! Aves, I said we weren't going to play this game.
I just wanted to play once where you caught me. It's not your fault.
It is my fault. I tried. I tried to catch you.
I know you did.
I tried to look for you.
I know you did.
I tried to save you, Aves. But I wasn't strong enough, Aves.
You're a child. I was a child. I'm a child. There's only so much you can do.
But I'm the bigger brother.
Did what you
I'm
could.
supposed to protect you, Aves. I'm supposed to protect you. I need to protect you.
You've protected so many others.
Because of you.
Yes.
You led me on that path. You're the reason I became who I was. And now I had another chance, a second chance to save you, and I still couldn't. What is this place?
Can't be undone. I asked for this. I wanted to see you. I wanted you to catch me. And you did.
I did.
Yes. I'm fine.
You're fine?
I didn't feel it when it happened. I don't feel it now. I just wanted to see my big brother and see how big and strong he grew. I could look out into the sky and I could see you saving lives. For all the little me's that you couldn't. You saved all of those people. Hundreds, thousands.
It's because of you.
It's because of you.
I saved lives.
Then thank you for honoring me, big brother. You've done wonderful things.
I have a gift for you.
Huh?
You just said it yourself. It's what you wanted. Well, here I have an extra, and I pull from my tunic a crumpled, autographed headshot of myself. I had a leftover. I have a fan club. Here, take this and...
She sort of chuckles
you'll
over it
listen.
as she looks at it.
I'll tell you right now, big brother, there is not a single person in your club who believes in you more than I do.
You're in my club.
VIP member.
You paid that price. It's expensive.
You can afford it, big brother. I've seen your island.
And you sort of just banter back and forth for the next chunk of Chime. You just sit. Time is lost. You're maybe here for about an hour, just kind of shooting the shit with your sister. And like almost an entire day has passed. Like the sun is set where you're sitting, and you're just sitting having a wonderful moment that you didn't get to have before. Well, this is what I've been waiting for. It's time to let me go.
Do I have to?
Well,
everything.
No, but I don't want to stay here anymore. You caught me. That's all I've been waiting for.
Well, now what?
Now you live without me sitting at the pit of your stomach. You do things because they're right, not because you feel you owe them to your dead sister, you big idiot.
There's never been a better time to go kick some ass.
That's the spirit. Come on, give us a hug. And as she says, give us a hug, the blood from her encounter just sort of washes away, and she's got that same sort of white tinge.
Thank you, Aves. Thank you.
Live for me, all right? And then she disappears.
I love to live.
Oh, it's about that time, isn't it? I guess that's where we're going to wrap up tonight.
Oh my gosh. Fuck you, Danny.
Welcome to the mall, kids!
I hate the mall.
I'm emotionally drained for you guys. Like, oh my gosh.
Yay! Well, thank you, everybody. It's not particularly a cheery episode, but what an episode. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for playing. And we did hit 100 viewers at a certain point in the stream, so we will be giving stuff away. So everyone, please get active in the chat if you are still here. We very much appreciate it. So we'll be giving away Princess Peach Tea from Geeky Teas, as well as the Sanctuary Candle from Cantrip Candles. These will be bundled together and sent to the winner. So just all you have to do is type something in the chat. Oh, what a night! Thank you, everybody.
Oh, what a night!
I don't know if you could see, but I had my head down, like in the story, but also like, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me. Please don't pick me.
I wasn't ready either. I was looking at the clock and I was like, oh great, it's 9:50. There's no way I can save it for next. Damn it. Time to go.
Aw, yee. All right. So
Jeez.
thank you, everyone. Thank you, players, for letting me put you through that. And thank you, chat, for coming along for the ride with us. We will obviously see you next Tuesday.
I know it sucks.
Okay, Hammer. If you don't move, we won't see you. If we don't move.
If he doesn't see us, he won't move.
So I wanted to
vision based on movement.
Take this time to talk about our sponsors while we're doing that, and then feel free to launch the giveaway whenever that happens. Just let me know when it's done.
I'll
to
do
think.
it right now. It
Perfect.
seems.
So we'll do giveaway, and then we'll talk sponsors.
Garum on the grouch.
Garum on the grouch. Congratulations. Shoot me a private message on the Discord. I'm Danny, Perception Studio in the Discord. Give me your name and your mailing address, and we will get that out to you. Hooray. So first off, big shout out to our sponsors. So Wormwood Gaming, make sure you use the code Perception at checkout for free shipping anywhere in the US. At Norse Foundry, make sure you use code PerceptionCheck at checkout for 15% off of your order. And Level Up Dice, we've been working with them. I guested on a show this last Sunday. I'll be on it again this next Sunday, which is a game called Mazes at Sarah's Table, which is on the Level Up Dice channel. So get more information on that in the Discord as well. Which is great, but also they make beautiful luxury things, and the more you shop using our link with them, the more we can earn for giveaways in that way. Buzz Lightyear, thank you very much for the cheers, and thank you all for being here. If you look off to my left, if you think anything you saw tonight was it worth at least $1, please consider joining our Patreon. We have some exclusive content that's up there, also early release content for our podcast and other YouTube stuff. and at levels 15 and above, you get an exclusive pin when you first sign up, and then for every 3 consecutive months that you're signed up, you'll be getting a new pin. So the second pin, which is the kawaii emote chunk, is going out or has gone out, I think, to most people already. So those are out and about in the world. Hooray! And then we'll let you know what the next one is when it happens. And also on that on Patreon is Behind the Legacy, where we all kind of round table and talk about the show, answer your questions. So please type your questions in the Sahlen's Legacy thread, and we will answer them in that talkback, which will be lots of fun. So do that right now, please. Fill it up. And it can be about.
Does Garrett? Does Garamon,
just waiting for you to finish.
Is Garamon wanting
Seems
us
like
to
Garamon
reroll?
wants a reroll.
Yeah. Confirm for a reroll, Garamon, and we can easily and happily give that to somebody else if you don't want it.
You knew it was going to be you. You should go buy a lotto ticket instead.
Hooray!
I know, right?
Cool.
I was saying, please go to the Discord and ask the things, do the stuff, so we have things to talk about.
In like 5 minutes.
Oh, we're gonna have plenty of time
We will.
about.
And as always, we're going to pay the love forward with a raid. So stick
Gonna
around
raid
and
Naku.
a very bit of kind.
Did you already find one or what?
And yes, do the reroll.
Done.
Desert Walker
Desert
45.
Walker 45.
All right, Desert Walker 45.
Congratulations.
Shoot me a message, join our Discord, send me a message on that Discord. I'm Danny, parentheses, Perception Studio. Shoot me a message with your name and your mailing address, and we will get those things off to you.
Yay.
Hooray!
Starting that raid.
Congratulations.
All right, now we're going to raid Naku, so give him all the loves. All right, goodbye,
Naku.
everybody.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Bye. Yeah, thank you all. Bye.
Pew, 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 pew,
Hi,
pew,
everybody.
pew, 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 pew.